Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show, and today we're going to help you start that YouTube channel. Yes, yes, yes. I know you've been saying you're going to start a YouTube channel since forever. Well, today we're going to help you plan, start, grow, and monetize your YouTube channel. I need you to hustle on in here. Click that share button. Tag an entrepreneur that you know that's serious about getting a YouTube channel going, because it's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. So again, do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and all your brand, smash that share button, and let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities, and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally, or I've learned from, or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network, and when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Local Biz Marketing Pro Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you are a small local business and you're looking to optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, grow your revenue so you can expand your operation and ultimately give more back or contribute more to the communities that you serve, check out localbizmarketingpros.com. We have everything that you need to grow your business from a digital marketing standpoint, localbizmarketingpros.com. Welcome to today's show. We're talking how to start, grow, and monetize a YouTube channel, and why is that significant, and why is that probably more important now than it ever has been before. So do me a favor. I need y'all to comment in the chat the name of your business and or your brand. Let us know where you're from, and then also, do you already have a YouTube channel? Put a 1 in the comments if you have a YouTube channel already. Put a 2 in the comments if you have a YouTube channel and you don't do anything with it, right? And put a 3 in the comments if you do not have it at all. 1 if you do have one and it's popping. 2 if you have one and you haven't done anything with it. And 3 if you don't have one at all. I want to know who I'm talking to this morning, but YouTube is one of those things, man, that if you like to do video, it's going to be good for you. A couple quick announcements before we get started. Hey, for those of you who have been trying to figure out, how do I take what I know, Cortez? I'm good at teaching X, Y, Z, but I'm not really making any money off of it. Cortez, I have a book out, but I haven't really maximized the sales of that book. I haven't been able to turn that book into a course. I haven't been able to turn that course into a workshop. I haven't been able to turn that workshop into speaking engagements. I've got a new product that's coming out this weekend. I'm launching it pre-Black Friday. I need for y'all, if you're interested in learning how to really take your gifts, talents, and special abilities and turn them into income, I need y'all to text the keywords waiting list to 314-916-3493. Again, text keywords waiting list, 2 words, to 314-916-3493. If you're trying to create a digital product around something that you already love to do, right? A lot of times we have amazing businesses, and other people are asking us how we built these businesses, and we're not teaching them, or we're teaching them, but we're teaching them for free, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but you can also put that same information into a digital course and they can pay for that information, right? So that's what this product is all going to be about. It's called Monetize My Life Blueprint. I'm going to show you the exact blueprint that I use to turn my gifts, talents, special abilities, experience, and expertise into a solid four-figure monthly recurring revenue generating business. Every month, I'm generating money, whether I roll over a bed or roll out of bed, because of these digital products and this blueprint. So I'm created a product around that blueprint, but you got to get on the waiting list to be the first to get it early on Thursday, but it's going to launch on this weekend. So check that out. Also, for those of you who are already on our software, we're having our office hours again Tuesday night. So that's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do our live Q&A, and we rock you with you that way. Patrice Prayer is in the building. She says, I am new here. Well, welcome to the stream. This stream is all about entrepreneurship and helping entrepreneurs to understand the power that they wield as entrepreneurs. I'm like my man Marquel Russell says, I'm an entrepreneur supremacist, right? I believe that entrepreneurs are the movers and the shakers that really shape this world. So we're going to get into our how to start, grow, and monetize a YouTube channel. But before we do that, let's officially start the show. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, we officially start the show with a quote of the day. And today's quote says this: when we learn to see struggle as a necessary, important, and positive part of our journey, then we can find true peace and personal power. That's from Brendon Burchard's High Performance Habits, right? When we learn to see struggle as a necessary, important, and positive part of our journey, then we can find true peace and personal power. So many of us are running from our struggles. And what we don't realize is when we run from those struggles, we are running from our future best self. I'm going to say it again. When we run from our struggles, we don't realize we are running from our future best self, because your future best self cannot be developed unless you go through the struggles, right? You guys have heard me say this on this stream before, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it. A lot of times, the struggles that we are facing are struggles that we have brought on ourselves in one or two ways. One, we brought those struggles on ourselves because of karma. Some of the things that we've done in our past, even though we may not be that person anymore, those fruit from the seeds that we've sown when we were maybe a little bit more petty in our earlier years, maybe we were a little bit more vindictive in our earlier years. We've sown some seeds, we've done some things to some people, and those seeds have grown and they are now bearing fruit and showing up in our lives today, right? You may not be that person anymore, but karma is going to catch up with you sooner or later. So one of the things that's causing us to go through certain struggles is karma, right? But here's the thing that most of us don't get. The other cause of struggle in our lives is our decision to want more, our decision to become better. When you make a decision to transform your life for the better, God says, okay, I've been waiting on you to decide. But in order for you, for instance, I've decided that I'm going to build a multi-billion-dollar international media conglomerate starting with this podcast. I've decided that I'm going to be one of the top entrepreneurs in the entire world. I've decided that I'm going to help everyday hardworking Americans build businesses around their gifts and talents using digital products, right? The moment I've decided that I'm going to do those things, guess what shows up in my life? Challenges. But a lot of us, because we have a wrong mindset about challenges, we see those challenges as a hindrance to stop us. And a lot of us, especially Christians, will say, oh, God must not intend for me to have XYZ because this roadblock is showing up. No, God wants you to have XYZ. That's why the roadblock is showing up. Because in order for you to have XYZ, you have to become stronger to be able to sustain and maintain XYZ. And in order for you to get stronger, the only way for you to get stronger is for you to go through some storms, some challenges, right? So a lot of the challenges that we have, they're not negative. They're not there to stop us. They're there to quicken us, to strengthen us. Those challenges have been brought on by us because we've decided that we want more out of life. But in order to have more, you got to become more. And in order to become more, you got to go through some stuff. I hope y'all getting that this morning. So don't see your challenge as something that's negative. No, we have to learn to see struggle as a necessary, important, and positive part of our journey. Then we can find true peace and personal power. So stop running from your challenges, ladies and gentlemen. Embrace them, have the right attitude when you're going through them, right? As a youth basketball coach and trainer, I would put my guys through the ringer to get them prepared physically and mentally. But I would always tell them that when you approach this 5 miles of running with the wrong attitude, you don't get the results, you don't get the benefits. When you are training your body to see this running, these jumping exercises, this jumping rope, and all of this stuff, when you train your body that this is punishment, your body's going to respond accordingly. When you come into the attitude with, oh man, we got to do this running, you're teaching your body that that's a punishment. But on the other hand, I would have athletes who come in who understood that, no, in order for me to be better, I got to go through this. So let's go, coach. Let's get it. And those guys always had better results because they were teaching their body that this is not punishment, this is preparation. And their bodies responded better. They developed better mental toughness, right? And that's what you have to do when you see struggles show up in your life. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show. If you want to turn your knowledge into online courses, digital products, then I need you to text waiting list to 314-916-3493. I've got a product that's coming out this weekend that's going to help you. And if you text and get on the waiting list, you're going to be the first to be notified. I promise you, you're going to be able to build a business that's 100% online. You don't need a team. You can work from home, high profit margins. You can start immediately and give you everything that you need to monetize your life, your gifts, your talents, your passions, your experiences. All of those can be packaged and presented to the marketplace, and you can be serving and helping other people. I know that's what you want for 2023, and I'm going to help you get it done, but you got to get on the waiting list. Text waiting list to 314-916-3493. Let's get into today's meat for our show today. We're talking how to start, grow, and monetize a YouTube channel. So what are some of the things that you need to do as you are planning and preparing for your YouTube channel? We're going to get into that today. So let's give you number one, right? If you're planning a YouTube channel, let's just talk about why YouTube before we get into these things, right? If I had to start my business all over again from scratch, I built my business using Facebook as my primary social media platform. Nothing wrong with using Facebook. I built a page. My financial health mentor page has over 100,000 followers on that page, right? 120 something thousand followers. But let me just help you understand why you might consider YouTube versus Facebook. Well, for number one, Facebook is just now getting into the monetization game, right? They're really trying to go big with monetization, right? through reels, through shorts and different content, making all pages influencers, giving you the option to do those kinds of things, right? But if I had 100,000 subscribers on YouTube versus 100,000 followers on Facebook, the revenue from YouTube alone would be massive, right? But that's not the primary way you monetize on any of these platforms. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I just want you to think about the difference. Now, Facebook, Instagram, these platforms, when you are trying to use them for business, are what's called interruption marketing, right? What is interruption marketing? That means if you are watching this show, chances are you were just scrolling down your feed and you stop to see what I'm talking about, right? Oh, he's talking about YouTube. I'm thinking about doing a YouTube channel. Let me see what he's talking about. I interrupted your morning. You didn't wake up this morning looking for the Cortez Hustle Show to learn about how to start a YouTube channel. I interrupted you, right? Those who find this on YouTube, though, they are looking for how to plan, start, grow, and monetize a YouTube channel for 2023. You understand the difference between the mindset and the mentality of the two groups of people. One, I just interrupted. I might 1 in 1,000 catch somebody right when they were ready to start something like this on Facebook. But those who are actually looking on YouTube and are typing in how to start a YouTube channel for 2023, those people are a lot closer to taking action on the information. So that's a different audience. I want you to think about this for your business and your brand. Whatever it is that you're selling, somebody is already looking for it. The best way to put yourself in position to be found is through YouTube and Google. Google owns YouTube. YouTube is a search engine. So if you can create videos around the benefits of your product, people are looking for those benefits. And as they are searching to find you or find those benefits, they're going to find you and you're going to give them some value on the front end. They're going to subscribe and they are closer to a buying decision than people on Instagram, people on Facebook, and some of the interruption-based marketing platforms. So understand the difference between the two platforms in general, and then you can pay attention to which one or why I suggest that if you like doing videos. Now, if you don't like doing videos, I'm a big fan of, I teach all of my students that you have to stick with the mode of communication that is most suitable for your style, right? If you like to write, then write. If you like to speak, then speak. If you like to be on video and on camera, then YouTube is a great place for you, right? The reason that matters is because in order to win long term, it's going to require consistency. And if you're trying to be consistent at something you hate doing, something that creates a lot of friction for you in your business, you're not going to be consistent. And ultimately, you're going to fizzle out, right? But if you love videos or you don't mind being on video and sharing your message in this way, then YouTube is a great platform for you because the videos literally live forever. I have people reaching out to me today from videos that I did in 2017, 2018, 2019. I don't know if anybody has ever reached out to me from Facebook from a video that I did in 2018, 2019. It just doesn't happen. People don't go back that far on your timeline because the feeds move so fast. So if you're thinking about growing a business and you want to add some sort of marketing channel to your business and you don't mind being in front of a camera, you don't mind doing videos, I'm going to tell you, do not sleep on YouTube. I'm going to get into 4 things that you can do to prepare. Then we're going to talk about some questions you need to ask yourself. And then I'm going to give you the #1 monetization strategy that very few people talk about when it comes to YouTube. And I'm not talking about getting paid from YouTube either. But before we get into any of that, we got to get into 1 minute motivation. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, every episode we do a segment called 1 minute motivation. That's where I'm going to play a short motivational clip. usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. I'm going to ask you to comment your takeaways. I'm going to give you a couple of takeaways as well. So let's get into some 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Live your life the way that you want to leave your life. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to you right now, if you had 90 days to live, how many of you will make some radical changes in your life? And most people raise their hands. And then you take a poll. You know what the majority of them will say? I will quit my job. Why? Because that's not them.
Yeah.
They're not doing something that's them. You spend 40 to 60 hours a week doing something that's not you.
Yeah.
That's stressful. But if you're doing something that's you, that's your passion. And so when you realize that we have a choice to accept life as it is,
Yep.
or be an active force for good, to decide, I don't want to just survive. This is not me. What it takes to survive and what it takes to live, those are two totally different things.
Hoo-wee! The great, legendary Les Brown breaking it down, man. Live your life in the way that you want to leave your life. I think that's a really powerful analogy. All of us, if we were asked what we would do differently if we had a set amount of time to live, I think we all make some radically different decisions, right? That's the beautiful thing about life, man. Life, all life is time, right? You got a time that you're going to be on this planet. That's all it is. And what you do with that time is up to you. But the challenging part is none of us know exactly how much time we have left. And that's the challenging part. But if you knew your end date, I bet you would start living. You'd have no choice, right? And to live and to survive, two different things, right? I think it was George Bernard Shaw that said, ask not what uh, the world can give you, ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. And when I tell you, the reason that I am so big on entrepreneurship education is because outside of marrying my wife and having my children, nothing has made me come alive the way that I have outside of entrepreneurship. Right? Those three things. And I got when that little lady in the room next door said yes, right? And when I started having children, right? And then when I started a business that I was really passionate about, and I really start to understand the call on my life and the amount of impact that I can have on this world through entrepreneurship, nothing makes you come alive quite like that, right? And to be honest, a lot of us have not come alive since we had children, since we got married, since maybe we got graduated college and got that degree, right? But I tell you, entrepreneurship has helped me to come alive every single day. I'm excited about getting up and making an impact, right? The choice is yours. You can continue down a path of only surviving, or you can start visualizing a picture of what it looks like for you to thrive and to actually live. I have a picture in my mind of the Cortez that I want to be 5 years from now. And every now and then, I visualize a conversation with him. What does it take for us to get here, bro? What does it take for us to be the person that we want to be 5 years from now? Right? You have a choice. Don't sit back and continue to allow yourself to be defined by what this world says you are, and a lot of times the only reason we're accepting that definition is because we have yet to define ourselves. When I started to say that I am a leader, I am someone who's going to make an impact on this entire world because of how I live, because of what I'm going to bring to the table via the gifts, talents, special abilities, experience, and expertise that God has allowed me to have. I'm going to change the world. When I started to believe that for myself, then I started to reverse engineer that. Well, Cortez, if that's what you're going to do, who do you need to become in order to do that? Oh, crap. If I'm going to do a thing, before I can do a thing, I must first become a thing. Oh, I hope y'all getting that. Before I can do a thing like impact the world, I have to first become an impactful person. I heard a guy say, if you're going to have a 7-figure business, right? You're going to be a 7-figure entrepreneur. You got to become a 7-figure human being first. And that hit me like, am I becoming a billion-dollar human being, right? Patrice says mindset shift. It's certainly a mindset shift. We have the power. We have the choice to make. You got to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, right? I started to say, okay, if I want to build a multi-billion-dollar international media conglomerate, that's being a billion-dollar entrepreneur. Well, what does a billion-dollar human being look like? Because you got to be first before you can do, before you can have, right? Doing is the output of being, right? Being is the input for doing, right? You got to become first. And some of us aren't deciding who we want to become. We're accepting who we are. And that's not going to be enough if you're trying to have more. Now, if you're cool with where you are and what you have, oh, by all means, just do you. But if you're saying that me surviving, me barely getting by, I'm not satisfied with that, okay, what does the type of person that is thriving look like? Do I see models of people thriving, and what are their daily habits? What are they reading? What are they listening to? What kind of events are they attending? Because I need to model after the people who are winning. I need to get a picture. I need to see an example of what's possible. And then I can create that for myself and determine what that looks like for me. And then I can go after it with all I got. Right? Don't just survive. Come alive, y'all. And the way you come alive is by pursuing the things that you are passionate about. I happen to believe that God didn't give me these passions only for me just to have. I think these passions are like a homing beaker that guide me to my purpose. And when I find and start walking in my purpose, there I will also find my provision. I don't believe God created me and said, hey, I created you for this specific thing. And when you start doing this thing, you also got to figure out how to feed, clothe, house, and entertain yourself and your family. That's not how. I don't believe it. I believe that God said, I created you for this specific thing. And when you start doing this specific thing, you'll never have to worry about how to feed, clothe, house, and entertain yourself and your family. And that's what I'm doing for myself. And that's what I want to do for everybody else. So that is 1 Minute Motivation, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Monetize My Life Blueprint. Text the keyword waiting list to 314-916-3493. Jump on the waiting list. I'm telling you, if you are trying to figure out how to make a bigger impact on the world, one of the ways to make a bigger impact is through digital products, because you can serve more people. Like you have a story in you right now based on some things that you've experienced and overcome. Well, that story can only reach so many people, you telling it mouth to mouth. But if you put that thing in a book, you put that thing in a course, you put that thing on a YouTube video, you put that thing on an audio clip, this show has literally been listened to in 50 different countries around the world. I didn't even set out to do that. I'm just trying to walk in my purpose. And I just happened to look at my stats from my podcast hosting platform, and they sent me a badge that says, congratulations, you have been listened to in 50 countries. Why? Because I'm digitizing my message. And I want to help you do the same thing. You might as well make some money from it while you're at it. So if you text keyword waiting list 314-916-3493, I'm going to help you turn your gifts, talents, special abilities into digital products and create a monthly recurring revenue business around the things that you're already passionate about. And inside of this product and program, we also have a full course on YouTube as well. So keep that in mind. So let's continue down this path. We're talking about how does YouTube or why does YouTube make sense, and how do we start? What are the things that we do to start planning to build a YouTube channel? Patrice said she didn't have a YouTube channel yet, but chances are she's got a message that's powerful that people will resonate with, and she can make an impact on the lives of others if she started a YouTube channel. So what should she do? I'll tell you what she should do. Number one, we found 4 tips to follow when planning a successful YouTube channel. It takes a lot of time and effort involved in making a successful YouTube channel, and chances are high that you won't become an overnight success. Building a successful YouTube channel requires a blueprint so that you can stay on track. Here are 4 tips to help you. Number one, define yourself. Before you can start to create your blueprint, you need to know who you are, what you like, and how you want to present yourself to your target audience. Defining yourself and creating your brand is critical for creating and maintaining a successful YouTube channel. You need to focus on something that you're knowledgeable or passionate about. As long as you do what you love and do it well, you'll be able to attract an audience. There is no end to the things that you can do on YouTube, but you got to find your path. You've got to define yourself. I remember when I first got started on YouTube some 11 years ago, maybe even longer, right? 2010, I might have put up my first YouTube video, and it's still there, by the way. That's one of the things I love about YouTube. If you go to Thornton Online Marketing on YouTube, you'll see some videos from 2009, I believe, 2010. It was crazy, right? But I knew that in order for me to win, I had to use video. I'm not the type of person that approaches people on the street. Like for those of you who do not know my background, my success online came through network marketing, right? I was part of a company that really helped people with their finances, and I loved what I was doing. But in order to build a network marketing business, you have to network. That means you have to get out, you have to talk to strangers, you have to meet new people all the time, you have to get in their living room, show them a presentation, and that just was not me. I had been trying to do that for 15 years and failed on my face miserably year after year after year after year, but I knew residual income was something that can change my family's life. But in 2015, right, in 2010, I joined an organization called Empower Network, right? And I don't know if they are still, I know that the Empower Network isn't still around, but the 2 founders, Dave Sharp and Dave Wood, I don't know what they're doing these days. But one of the things that I did in that organization is they challenged me to a 90-day video challenge. Do a video a day for 90 straight days to get comfortable on video, right? And I did that. And what I found is that I can deliver a message via video because I'm not nervous about what you're going to say back to me, because you can't say anything back to me on this video. Now you can, because you guys are watching me live, so you can make your comments. But back then I was just recording the videos and then uploading them after the fact. So it was like, that was perfect for me. And because of video marketing, I went on to recruit over 250 people to that company. And I've got videos right now on YouTube that my friends from that original company, they're still using my videos to recruit people into that business to this day. That's the power of video marketing. But I remember when I was starting out on a journey, I would see this person do a video, I would see that person do a video, and I was trying to do and imitate them. And none of my videos took off until I decided to be my most authentic self. So if you're going to be successful on a YouTube channel, define who you are. And I'll tell you a trick that I got from the legendary Jim Rohn. I had trouble defining who I am, who I was at the time. He said, if you have trouble defining who you are, then define who you're not. Like, oh, well, I can write a list of all the things that I'm not. And if I write a list of things that I'm not a liar. That must mean you're honest. I'm not a cheat. That must mean you have integrity. I'm not lazy. That must mean you're hardworking. And as I start putting all the things down that I'm not, the list of the things that I am start to become clear. And I was like, oh, this is who I am, right? You'll hear me every now and then drop a bad joke, but I realized that I'm not the funny guy. My strength is my insightfulness, my power, and my passion, right? I make people think with my message before I make them laugh. And I had to lean into that's just who I am. That's who God made me. That when you define who you are and you show up as your authentic self on these platforms, be it YouTube, Instagram, wherever you show up as your authentic self. Because as the saying goes, everywhere you go, there you are. The real you. Now, you might take your representative, but the real you is always there. It's much more fun when you build a business around the real you. I'll tell you, and I've told this story a lot of times on this platform. I spent the first 26, 27 years of my life trying really hard to convince the world that I really was who I was pretending to be. And you know what that resulted in? That resulted in me literally losing my mind. Yeah. In 2000, I lost my mind. 2001, I was in a mental hospital trying to fake it till I make it, trying to run from past traumas instead of facing them and owning up to them. You don't want to be out here in these streets trying to be something that you're not. It'll catch up to you and it'll cause more harm than good. When I leaned into all that I am, as quirky and as weird and as strange as it might be, it like that's it. I no longer have to pretend, right? So define yourself is tip number one. We're talking 4 tips for planning a successful YouTube channel. Tip number two, define your capability, right? Content on YouTube that has a higher production quality tends to get more views. However, it is possible to make great content at all levels of production. You just need to find a way to take advantage of your skills and the equipment that you have. You won't be able to shoot that epic fantasy battle scene if you only have an old camcorder from the 90s, but you could use the same equipment to talk about or review an epic fantasy battle scene. Make sure that before you start to plan and create content that you take your gear and capability to account first. I want y'all to understand. When I started recording those videos and putting them up on YouTube, I was using a Galaxy 3 and they were on Galaxy 7, right? I know my team iPhone people out there are going to bash me, but that's okay. I'm still on a Galaxy phone, right? To this day, Team Android, right? I was on a Galaxy 3. They were on a Galaxy 7. My Galaxy 3 was so bad that the charge port on my phone was broken. So I had to have an external charger for my battery. Now, some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Back then, cell phone batteries actually came out of the phone. So I had 2 batteries. I would, in order to stay functional on this Galaxy 3 while they was on the Galaxy 7, I had an external battery charger. So I would take one battery out and have it on the charger and the other battery in the phone. And I would interchange them all the time, right? But I wanted to make sure I had a live battery every time it was time for me to go record my video. So I'm on my lunch break. I would literally walk away from my job, my building, find a quiet space, and I would record my video for the day, right? Then I would later upload that. So what I'm saying is this: you don't have to start with an amazing studio to get started. If you got a cell phone and you have sense enough to sit down in a well-lit room where the light is in front of you so that it's not casting, you're not in a shadow, you be good to go. Now, I didn't have that sense back then. If you go look at some of my older videos, you'll see that it's extremely dark. Why? Because the light was behind me, so I was literally in my own shadow, right? But think about your capability. What I tell people is you start where you are, with what you have, and know that it is enough. If you start with this grandiose production, then people are going to come to expect that from you. And if you can't afford to keep that up, then that's going to be the first excuse you use to quit, right? I want you to think about that. If you can't afford to keep that up, you're going to quit. I told you before that the key to success is consistency, right? So by me starting with a phone that I always had with me, then it was easy for me to every day shoot a short video. And one thing I challenge myself to do is I want you to stop saying so much in these videos. Can you do this 3 or 4 minute video without saying 1,000 times? That was all my goal was. I'm going to do the video and I'm going to try not to say as much. And that helped me get better and better at video. So your capability, like I got a cell phone, I can get me a tripod, either a desktop tripod or a standing tripod. I can put that video on there. I put that camera on there, record my message and upload it. And I can get better over time, right? Do it messy, right? Mark says imperfect action. Yes, do it imperfect, but get it done nonetheless, right? So take an assessment of your capability and just start where you are with what you have and know that's enough. Number 3, we're talking 4 tips to help you plan a successful YouTube channel. Tip number 3 is define your audience. So number 1, you define yourself. Number 2, you define your capabilities, right? I have enough to do me a 3 to 5 minute video once or twice a week, and that's why I'm going to get started. Number 3, define your audience. The most important part of having a YouTube channel is creating a good relationship with your audience. If it will single-handedly decide your success or failure. Everything that you need to be focused, everything that you do needs to be focused on building your target audience. As you develop a relationship with your target audience, you'll start to build demographic information that can help you tailor your content so that you can appeal to a broader audience. This is so critical. And I'm going to tell you, like my girl, Sunny Leonard Dillsey told me, right? If you want to follow a great marketer that helps you build online courses, she's amazing. But she said, think about it this way. Start with one person at one particular place on their journey with one solution to help them. I help newbie entrepreneurs start a business in the digital product space where there's monthly recurring revenue. One person, new entrepreneurs, one place on their journey, they're new entrepreneurs, one person, newbie entrepreneurs, and one problem, they're trying to start a business with digital products. That's it. Because when you have that one person, that one problem that they have, that one place on their journey, you can create all of your messages directly at those people. And trust me, there's enough people at that particular place at their journey. You don't have to try to speak to everybody all the time, right? For Local Biz Marketing Pros, which is my marketing agency, I help small local businesses. What is the problem that I help them with? I help them optimize their online presence, right? As they are trying to bring their business online. So who? Small local businesses. Where are they on their journey? They're trying to bring their business online And what do? I help them optimize their online presence. That's it, right? When you can really hone in on those things and you can define your target market, then it's easier to create your messaging to speak to those people. And when you call those people out, they're going to know you're talking exactly to them. They're going to know that. Yeah. As you say, man, Mark, if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. I want you to think about this. I'm in a crowded room and I'm just saying, hey, man, hey, yo, man, hey, my man. Who am I talking to? Right? Nobody. There's a lot of men in the room. But if I'm in a crowded room and I say, hey, yo, Mark, there might be 10 Marks that turn their head because I called their name specifically. That's what you have to do with your messaging on YouTube. Call their name specifically. But if you haven't defined who you're talking to, who you want to serve, how you want to serve them, then that's going to be a problem. Next on our list of 4 tips for planning your YouTube channel is number 4, create a content schedule and stick to it. The key to starting and maintaining a successful YouTube channel is consistency. Upload strong content regularly is much more important than having infrequent, mind-blowing content. Regular content can help keep your audience's attention to your channel, making it much easier for you to develop a relationship with them. Starting a successful channel isn't tricky. Keep these 4 tips in mind as you plan your YouTube strategy, and you will be well on your way. A strategy. And let me help you define consistency, right? It's 3 forms of consistency that I teach all the time. Number 1, you got to be consistent with your quantity. That is, how often are you in front of your audience? Now, some marketers will say, hey, you need to be posting 5 to 7 times a day. I don't think the volume is as important as the cadence, right? So you might not only post Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if your audience has come to know you for showing up every Tuesday and Thursday and they're engaging with your content every Tuesday and Thursday, that's the cadence for you. Your cadence has to be one that you can stick to. You can post 7 times a day, but if I don't see you for a month from now, and then because you've been gone for a while, you try to post 40 times in a day, that's not consistency. Build you a cadence that says, hey, every Tuesday and Thursday, you guys know my cadence. Every morning, 7 a.m., I'm here, right? And if I can't be here with you live, then I'm going to put some content in front of you every morning at 7 a.m. Right? That's my cadence. You don't have to be as extreme as me with every day, right? But what is your cadence going to be? You got to be consistently in front of your followers. You've got to be consistent with the quality of your production. So if you start with a cell phone video, then most of your videos are going to be cell phone videos. That's fine. Every now and then you might go into a studio if you get access to that and do a better video, but they come to know, like, and trust you based on your cell phone videos. And it's your cell phone videos that allow you to be the most consistent. So start there, right? Don't start with your backdrop and your background dancers and your lights, cameras, actions, and all of that stuff, because the minute you can't have all of that stuff, you're going to not do any content, right? I started with a Galaxy 3 phone because I knew that my phone was with me all the time. I got a built-in tripod called my arm so I can just hold it and I could talk to people. That's what I did, right? Quality. You can always improve your quality, right? And then number 3, be consistent on message. If you've identified who you're talking to, then make your message consistent, right? Don't be all over the place. If you go back and listen to me talk for the last 12 years on any of these platforms, I've always been talking about entrepreneurship. The importance of starting a business, using the internet, and building something based on your gifts and talents, your passions, right? That's I've always talked about that in various forms. Now my focus has shifted to, I think, the best business model, particularly for new people, because it's low cost of entry, is to build a digital product based on who they are. And because I learned to market my own digital products, it allowed me to build a marketing agency to serve small businesses. But the message is the same. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. In my opinion, the shortest distance between poverty and wealth is a straight line called entrepreneurship. So whether you want to start as an entrepreneur online, I want to help you build a business based on your gifts, talents, and special abilities. Whether you have an existing business offline, I want to help you bring that business online and better optimize your online presence to grow that business so that you can hire more people in the communities that you serve. It's always been my message. Entrepreneurship is the path to wealth, period. Now, that's not the only path, but my message is, if you want to grow to building wealth, then make sure entrepreneurship is a huge part of your wealth building portfolio, right? So be consistently in front with your quantity, your cadence. How often do you post? Be consistent with your quality of your production. If you're writing posts, then make sure that those posts stay pretty consistent, insightful, informative, value-based, and be consistent with your message, right? That's how you grow online. So I promise you that we would talk about, let me give you these 5 questions that you should ask yourself really quickly. And let me see, do I have my 5 questions? Let's do 5 questions, and I'm gonna give you the number 1 monetization strategy that most people are missing when it comes to YouTube. Because everybody thinks that, oh, I'm just gonna put out this content and YouTube gonna start paying me. Nah, YouTube changed the game back in 2020. You now have to have 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers before they would even consider sending you a check. So it's not like it was when I got grandfathered in, right, where you didn't have to have those criteria. The minute you got on YouTube, you can turn on monetization. Not the same anymore. So 5 questions you need to ask before creating a YouTube channel. Number 1, why do you want to start a YouTube channel? This is probably the most critical question that you need to be asking yourself, right? Are you looking to gain more exposure, recognition for your business? Do you have passion for video production? All of these are excellent reasons for starting a YouTube channel. However, if you just looking to go viral and make a lot of money, then you need to rethink things. It's probably not going to work out for you, right? But if you're using this as part of your business growth strategy, then you're in the right place, right? Number 2, should I upload commercials about my products and services? Most people end up on YouTube because they want to be entertained, informed, and educated, not watch commercials. The idea behind YouTube success is to make helpful and informative videos that enhance the image of your company without being overly promotional, right? Value-based videos. Give value. The best way to prove to someone you can help them is to actually help them. As I follow Neil Davis, some of you guys know that I started a series on my channel as I'm building this 7-figure funnel around this digital product, right? And I heard one of my mentors who I'm following, this series is called Free Plus Action. How do you take free information that people are putting out here online, put massive action behind it, and can it produce some income? That's my case study that I'm doing. But he said, give away all of your best content for free. Give away all of your best content for free. And that's how you're going to grow. Be valuable to other people. Solve their problems through your content, and you're going to win. Don't be so promotional. Don't be so spammy. Everybody else is doing that. You want to stand out? Give good value without asking for anything in return. Number 3, how should I describe my YouTube videos? The descriptions for your videos need to be concise and should include your company's URLs and the first sentence of the description to encourage your viewers to visit your site. You also want to be sure to include keyword search terms in your descriptions. Another good thing that you could do is always do a first comment and pin that first comment. So if you go to some of my YouTube videos, you'll see there's a first comment that's pinned, and then any other comment that happens on my YouTube channel goes below that. So that's another good place to kind of throw a promotional plug in there for your products and services. Number 4, I believe, should I produce my own videos? Whether or not you produce your own videos or hire a production company will depend on how much money and time you want to invest. If you have limited resources, you can shoot with your smartphone or a high definition camera. However, you shoot the videos, you want to make sure that you upload new videos often. So that goes back to our consistency plug, right? There's a lot of huge channels on YouTube, and they're just cell phone videos. There's a lot of huge channels where the person behind the video is not even in the video. That's a nugget for some of y'all. Some of you don't want to be on camera. There's a lot of million subscriber channels where the person behind the channel has never been on the camera. Just something to think about. And number 5, should I allow comments on my videos? Letting people comment on your videos will encourage them to share their experience with your company and shows that you are open to feedback. You can have the comments automatically displayed or only after you've approved them. Commenting is good, right? You can literally turn off comments where people can't comment, but those channels don't do so well, right? People want to be able to give their feedback and engagement. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody wants to share that opinion with the world, even on your videos, right? Even if you don't agree with those comments, having that availability on the thread makes sense. Now, what is the number 1 way that most successful YouTube channels are monetizing? Ladies and gentlemen, it is not through YouTube AdSense. Other words, YouTube paying them. Most people that are monetizing on YouTube are monetizing through their own products. I'm gonna say it again. Most people who are monetizing on YouTube are monetizing through their own products. I make a few $1,000s a month from my YouTube channel, not because YouTube is paying me. YouTube pays me about $600 or $700 a year. My channel is relatively small. It's got about 4,500 subscribers. So the amount of watch time that I have on my videos doesn't accumulate a lot of ad dollars. But what does accumulate is me giving value, and then me giving a call to action saying, hey, I got a link in the comments, a link in the descriptions about this particular product that can help you continue your journey to solve this problem. And I get their name, phone number, and email address. And if they decide to buy, they buy. And that's how you monetize YouTube, even with 10 followers. If you got $1,000 product, you got 10 followers, and 5 out of the 10 people buy your product, you made $5,000. You know how long it will take you to get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers? And even then, the amount of ads that are going to be run on your channel, chances are, is going to be so small that you're not going to make a lot of money from YouTube itself. But if you're using YouTube to solve people's problems, and then you give them the option to work with you, that's the best way to monetize YouTube. And then as you develop a reputation of solving people's problem, those people are going to be so grateful that they're going to share your YouTube videos, and your subscribers are going to grow. Later, you'll add the YouTube stream of income to the program. But Sunny Lenarduzzi is one of my favorite. She does about $500,000 a month from YouTube. Not YouTube paying her, because she sells her courses on YouTube. And she'll tell you the amount of ad revenue that comes from YouTube versus the amount of money that comes on YouTube. She's got a whole video where she breaks it down. It's not even comparable. Now, she's not turning down the YouTube money. She's not sending it back. But just understand that the best way to monetize YouTube is by selling your own products. The best products to sell are digital products, because the profit margin is high. You create them one time and get paid for them over and over and over again, and you can deliver them instantaneously. And that's why Monetize My Life Blueprint is coming out this week. Make sure you text waiting list to 314-916-3493 to get on the waiting list. I appreciate you guys for listening to me rant and ramble about why you need to have a YouTube channel. So appreciate that, man. Wednesday, I got a special guest coming on. Y'all make sure y'all be prepared to tune in for that. Till I'll talk to you next time. I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. And hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.